I guess I'm gonna share my screen on Discord, and
Okay.
we're gonna go that way. That's the best way I know. That is.
Yeah. Yep. It's all good. Have you already looked at the replay, or are you going to do it right
I
now with
don't.
me?
I'm gonna go through it. Uh, we're gonna go through it together. I also don't know which one you want me to look at, so I haven't
All right.
looked. As you can see, I have your recent games here. So which one is it?
It's the Lost Ranked solo game 458. Yep, this one.
This one.
Yep.
Yep. So, what are your expectations for this session?
For one session, and I assume it's all I'm gonna get. Obviously, just look at the mistakes I made in the game, and maybe I haven't looked at the replay myself, but I assume that you would see more mistakes that I made than I would myself. So basically, you would help me out with with some to get better idea of what I should be doing in the game to maybe secure the win or something like
Yeah.
that.
Is there any like mistakes that you are like thinking about?
Not really. I don't exactly remember how the game went, step by step. I think, I mean, I would assume that I made some macro mistakes, to be honest. Decision mistakes.
If we're thinking generally, is it something you feel like okay, I'm not very good at this, or is there, or is it just like I don't really have a good grasp of what I need to improve, so I just need other eyes?
Hmm. Let me think about this.
Yeah, take your time.
In general, I'd say, especially, are we talking about this game specifically or in
No,
general?
we can take general.
Uh, Not really. Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah.
Maybe, uh, maybe when I should be taking fights, and basically judging how my the strength of my opponent. For example, on a specific time in like 3/4 of the game. Uh, so around, I don't know how long the game lasted, maybe like 25 minutes. Whether I should be taking this fight with my lane opponent, which is Jax in this game, or I should be maybe joining my team. Something like this.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if we just look at these two teams, who
Mhm.
would you say have the better late game?
The better late game. I would say their team has got better late game.
Okay.
Uh,
Why?
I would say Jax outscales me. I think Rengar, V lately I wouldn't say is the best late game champion. Uh, I used to think she's good enough to lock down ATC or APC and burst them down, but not so much anymore. And Jean as well. I think Caitlyn outscales him in a sense that she's able to output higher damage on average in team fights, whereas Jean has to wait for a reload, basically. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree that the opponent has better late game. So that's also something to keep in mind, knowing that in a perfect game, if you both teams are playing perfectly, you are on the
Mm-hmm.
clock. That is
Yeah.
something that becomes more relevant the higher you get. In Platinum 1, usually the best team wins. Team composition isn't that important, but it's good to know that you have like the critical thinking of like team compositions, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, especially in Platinum 1, just doesn't really have a good grasp of what is a good team comp versus the other team.
Mm-hmm.
So
Also, which became apparent during the game, so it's kind of a hindsight for me. Lulu made a big difference, I think, in this game. Basically by buffing using her alt on Jax and made him a total monster.
yes, and if you have any question, it doesn't have to be about the game, but general, just pause and
Mhm.
ask. I'm open
Okay.
to answer any question.
No, not right now. I also want to for you to keep in mind that this game was played in duo. So I played duo with my jungler, and the communication was a bit of an issue there. We
Yeah.
had some disagreements. So
Yeah, I usually don't duo. I just play solo, but I always treat duos as like standalone players.
yeah, that would be the best for this game.
Yeah, so they are fighting. You should just stay.
Minions have spawned.
Can
Yeah, do
speed
you
up
think?
a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, do you think this kind of cover is alright? What I'm thinking right now, basically in the game, is I could probably ward the top pixel bush, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. So the Vi has got more intel on where the Rengar is, right?
Yeah. Okay. Given from the information you have from how they played, do you think Rengar is starting red or blue?
I would say red.
Red. Yeah. So and they usually after they go they either go to the crab here or crab here.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that you should ward here? Because LeBlanc just went back, so she cannot ward.
Well, I could, not ward and keep hold of my ward, right?
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is Jax is going to have a lane priority on me, so
Yes.
there is no effective way I could use my ward anyway, other than warding this bush.
Yeah.
And maybe giving some information to my mid lane whether he's going to go bottom from the scuttle crab and gank her, or whether he's moving up to his upper jungle or maybe my lane.
So very good assessment. Now you should ward here because Jax will have lane priority, and because of that you can't even help. But it's good for them to know, right? And if Jax has priority, he's pushing, so you won't need a ward. So that's very good.
I don't know if I'm going to do it, but yeah, it seems so.
Yep. So, I'm just wondering, like, generally when you get to this stage, are you actively thinking about where the enemy jungler is,
Yeah, that's one of the. I haven't mentioned it, but it's the problem I have tracking the jungler. I don't really know the timings on for example, when is the first gank that he's able to do, for example, because it depends a lot on the clear, and I don't even know the clears for the different junglers, right?
Yeah. So
but I would guess that he's still in his red. Well, he finished his red and he's moving up to the scuttle, right? I mean,
because now he's probably always gonna take the crab before ganking top lane. So you don't have to be scared until you see that, and most likely you will see him anyway. So, is there anything in terms of like laning that you feel is like lacking in terms of like last thing? Because I'll be honest, I don't know Shen very much.
Okay.
Because in high elo, I don't think I've seen him like more than like once or twice this season. So he's very rarely picked. So it's been a few years since I saw him. So
and the reason for that, I would say, is he doesn't have too many winning matchups. For example, here you can see me getting level 2, and what I just thought is I've got the bigger wave, I've got the level 2 before he does, so I can get some harass on him, and I still see that the scuttles isn't taken, so I'm not really worried about Rengar.
Yeah, that's good.
This Jax wasn't too good, really. I mean, obviously it can vary greatly between the players in Plat 1 especially, and I was able to get pretty good lane phase. I mean, I was able to stack my grasp a bit and not really be threatened by him.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you see Rengar bot lane.
Yep. So I'm not really worried.
Yeah, so you can go in and harass. It's very good. And you're also pushing, so this is just standard farming. Now, where do you think Rengar is right now?
Well, he just ganked bot lane, so he can either recall, right, or go to his chickens. That's pretty much it.
Which one do you think it is?
I would assume he recalled.
Yeah.
Because it isn't the easiest clear for him on the chickens, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, well, he actually does. then.
Yeah. So, because when you this is hard to see on the map, but if you looked at the map, you saw him go towards here, and he had a lot of HP left. I think that if he had low HP from the gank, then he would have got B. Else he would probably have been chicken. So I would always assume that he is going to chicken if he has a lot of HP.
Okay, so
it's a good to think about. Okay.
So the thing I should be looking here is like I should probably glance over bot lane and see how much health did the jungler have after the gank, right?
Yeah, the thing about what is so hard for a lot of people is putting themselves in the situation of the other players while playing their own game. So being able to see there and be like, okay, he probably is going there. So that is something that you need to be able to do. Not only your enemy, but also like your own players. But basically just try to think, okay, what would I do if I were their jungler? And see that. So you know that. Because if he recalled, he would probably be somewhere around here. Going up here.
Yep.
Do you have a... No. So, here's another thing. Now you see Vi here. She should have seen Rengar if he was here. And because she doesn't, you're pretty sure that he would have gone there. If you do elimination, he either went to Raptor or he went B and went here. Because he's not here, you know that he's 100% here. And when he's done here, he either recalls or he goes here. So you know he's either here or he's on his way up here. So you should always be prepared to come and help, because LeBlanc also has priority, so you can all help Vi if need be. So you just know that always be prepared to help.
Yeah, okay, that's good point actually, because the thing what happens here is I'm asking my jungler, as I said, we are on the voice comms, we are duo, and he's going to, he told me that I'm just going to steal the blue and I'm out of here, right? So you'll see what happens next.
Yeah, because I would say I would think Rengar is here. Like again, I don't know.
Yep.
But... Oh yeah, he's on the way. So.
Okay, what would you recommend in terms of helping? Like, if I want to help Vi here, right? Should I move towards the tower and then go through there, because the tower is still, you know.
Yeah, you have some minions. Do you have? Yeah, you have your dash. So.
Or should I go around the river? Which one is the better choice here?
I would say you should just keep pushing, because she will always get this blue. If Rengar, he will start doing wolves. She will always she will do blue at the same time he does wolves. So you don't really have to help more than making sure that Jax doesn't come and help. So just keep pushing. If the team was that she's gonna take this and then go away and start her own jungle, yeah, just keep Jax top lane is the best.
Okay.
Oops. Because farming, it's just like the player, it's just skill, it's not something you can just be like, okay, you should do this one better. You just farming, you get better as you play.
And you see, I cannot really help her there because my wave was not really pushed. Yeah. So the miscommunication there, because I thought he's going to leave and he just decided to go for the.
Yeah, if we back, so. Yeah, she's about to go back. Yeah, so this is basically just Vi's mistake. I mean, if you want to say like, okay, what could you have done? That is to ping back, is to ping her back. Like, don't do it. Let's say if you want to.
Or just go straight, or just maybe go straight to help her. Which one do you think would be the best?
You don't have enough time. By the time you are here, she's already dead. So
okay.
This is just Vi's mistake, and remember that when other players make mistakes where you can't help, you shouldn't be bothered by it.
Okay.
Because you should just focus on yourself and what you can impact in the game.
Yeah.
And at best, you should have pinged back. Else, just don't bother with it.
Okay.
She dies. It's good that you're freezing.
But I cannot really hold the freeze here because he's got red.
Yeah, but you made him lose a little bit of CS. So now the junglers are going back. You're just farming a bit. Vi is coming. You can't stop. You could flash probably. You have dash, right?
Yep.
So.
I just don't know if it's worth the CS because there's a huge wave crushing. So
Yeah.
that was what I was thinking. I don't know if it's the correct way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this wasn't word, right? No, it's not word. So yeah, you could have probably gone on him there.
Okay.
And you knew that Rengar just got a killer. He's probably somewhere here. Yeah, he's probably exactly here. So, you know Rengar is bot lane, so there's no way Rengar is staying.
Okay.
So that was a kill that you could have gotten. So it's just being able to think just think. Okay, where is the enemy jungler? Okay, he's bot lane. Okay, then just kill him. So there's something just. Do you feel like you are good at like seeing those steps like 20 seconds ahead? Because
Well, no, and that's one of the things I said and I mentioned. But the problem is that when he's got red and blue, and I haven't been back to the base, right? So we are at the same sort of items.
Yeah.
And he's level 5. I think he's got advantage. The problem is, I don't think he would be able to kill me in this engagement there. But but I don't think we would get the kill with Vider. Maybe.
yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
it would have been close. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure either. But at least stop his recall would have given you a bit better chance. So he could have probably
Frozen.
frozen, yeah, but
Yeah.
he didn't do it. And the TP is pretty good here. Oh,
Yeah.
You went mid lane. Let's go back. Check what happened.
I lost a lot of CS there, but
So let's look at the fighter.
I ulted by.
Oh yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead. Anyway, right? Oh no, she got. Huh. Well, I didn't expect that, but the blast cone. Still don't know, like, because
It was probably not worth it, right?
yeah, because
given the CS.
you lost almost like
Plate.
as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
the plate. So, but I assume it was like you just see on the map and just ult, right?
Yeah. And stopping the Rengar from getting ahead. It's also like the thing that came to my mind. Like I don't really want to fed Rengar.
Yeah. Yeah, like the outcome was good. It was better to save Vi than to have you get some more gold. But the risk, it was like, if the blast cone wasn't there, like she would have died anyways.
Mhm.
So I would say that like the outcome was good, but it was still like a mistake if you play with the odds. So yeah, now it's just like more farming. Okay, so you go on Jax. Would you say you have like a good idea on where Rengar is? Because you have no wards. We haven't seen him for a while.
No, not really. But I think I would survive if Rengar came here, right? That was my assumption.
Yeah. And it's also, if Rengar is coming top lane, Vi is mid lane, you have lane priority bot lane. So even if Rengar comes top and kill you, you should get Infernal Drake.
Yeah.
So if Rengar is coming here, you should just ping your team to do Drake. Do you understand that?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
And I was on the comms with the jungler, so I was basically telling him, like, you know, if Rengar comes here, get the fire drake, get the Infernal.
But I'm pretty sure he's bot side, right? Yeah, he's bot side. So.
Yep. Just.
I just think top lane is like so boring. It's just like farm. as a support player.
It kind of is. And Shen is not the most exciting champion either, so.
I mean, at least he roams with ult, so. So now it's just farm, your ult isn't even up, so. We can go to some more exciting times. So now your ult is up. We're just gonna pause here. For what situation would you say right now would you use ult?
If we can get a kill on the bot lane and move on to the Drake, that would be nice.
So you would ult after the kill, or to get the kill?
No, to get the kill.
Yeah, because right now Rengar is like bot lane.
Yep. But we can in this 3v3, I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah,
really.
you shouldn't ult here.
Yeah.
And Seraph should just flash away if she's afraid of dying.
Yeah, and we can see V moving towards bot lane, so if if they survive the 2 at the bot lane and V comes here, then we can move on to the 4 versus 3, so it would be nicer.
Yeah, so you should just stay, and Jax is also gonna probably get a lot of plates. So yeah, you should just stay here. Just good poke, while you still can. Now Vi is threatening bot lane. But she's going back. So she's taking dragon. Okay, just be. How are you looking at the?
Yeah, well,
are you looking at the
that's
minimap of that?
I'm looking at the minimap and swapping, like clicking on the minimap to look what's actually going there. You cannot see that on the replay, so that's the bad part, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to do it at the same time in the lane, fight Jax in the lane, not get killed, because he can still threaten me. He can kill me if if I mess up something. But yeah, I'm just looking at the bot lane at the moment as well. So yeah.
Because you shouldn't really need to be helping. You have lane priority, LeBlanc can come, the bot lane is on the way, so yeah, this should be fine. So now you're ulting. Will he stop you?
No, he shouldn't be able to.
I would say that was a good ult. I have no complaints.
And now my thinking was basically, let's get the Drake as fast as we can.
Yep, just get it. Now, you're taking Drake. Jhin, it looks like he is going bot lane. Do you think that Jhin should go top lane?
He is actually going to go top lane.
Yeah, but
and I think he should do it.
Yeah, that's good. So, but he's like,
But yeah, took him a while.
I think someone pinged.
Mm.
Which is good. Now, okay. So, Jhin is already top lane. He just got there, and you are just B. Like, if we're just gonna talk like generally and not specifically to this game, should you go top lane, or should you just be like, okay, Jhin is top lane, I can go bot lane?
I don't think Jhin can deal with Jax. That was my thinking. Jax can easily dive Jhin, and Rengar died recently before the Drake. So if he comes top lane with Jax, they can just do the tower and Jhin at the same time. Basically, that's my thinking.
Yep. So should you?
So I should be going there.
Yeah. Should you ping Jhin to go back to bot lane?
Yeah, probably ping him. Yeah, but I think he was already recalling soon. So.
Yeah, but again, you have a very good assessment. I don't know. you're doing a lot of things wrong, like so far.
I am doing a lot of things wrong,
I
or
say you are not doing a lot of things wrong.
oh, okay.
Killing spree.
Like, what are your item power? Yeah. Yeah, like Rengar can't do much.
Nope.
Yeah, just continue the good old top lane.
Yeah, and in the meantime, what basically I'm thinking is like, damn, this guy is going to outscale me soon. So this Inferno is good, but we need to do something, right? So
Yeah.
that's always thinking with Shen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Should. Do you think that you're gonna get this?
I think we should.
Yep. Good. Nice. Now immediately, you should ping Vi to go get Herald while you push top lane.
Oh, well, what we actually ended up doing is I told him to do the, scuffles
because-
with the Herald.
Because right now, LeBlanc can always like stop Lux from going there, and even if she would go here and stand here, she's zoned because LeBlanc can come behind, and you can go, so she's dead. So you shouldn't. You don't
Help
need
me?
to be here. You don't.
Okay.
You don't need to be here. What you could have done, you could have pushed. You could have gotten this siege minion. You could have gone this way. I'm guessing you're gonna get a few of them, but and you could have
And probably a plate.
yeah. I would push the wave and then go B so you can come back before Jax is up.
Okay.
But I would definitely have pushed the wave because currently like you saw Rengar go B,
Mhm.
so he's probably bot side, which he is. So yeah, you definitely should have pushed top lane. So
Okay.
this is just like when you get to higher elos, it's about maximizing as much as possible. Like this is the safe route, and it's not like inherently wrong, but you know that you could have gotten even more.
Yeah, I get you. It's just like thinking about he can do it, himself. He's not really threatened by anyone there, right?
Yeah.
So we can do it.
And now it pushes to your turret. You're losing a bit, so. And now you don't get to recall before Jax comes back. And if you want to go B now, you are going to lose a turret, unless you use teleport, but you wouldn't have needed to.
Yeah, and what I'm doing here, I have no clue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like indecisive. Like, should I go B? Should I ward?
Yeah, I don't want to lose the turret.
Okay, so if we're gonna pause here, just generally, like from a macro perspective, what do you think your team should do right now, like as a team? To win the
Either go all of them mid or all of them top lane, right? That would
Okay.
be nice. If I swapped bot lane, right? I went for the bot lane, and I could have easily hold the turret, so we wouldn't lose the bottom turret. Maybe use Herald on one of the lanes.
Yeah. Do you think you should use Herald for this turret?
Well, it depends. There is no more plates, so that's one thing. So you don't really get any bonus. And Herald is usually best used on the tier 2 turrets. So.
Yep, that is correct. So, what I would say is the best thing to do here is to have 4 people try to take the mid turret without using Herald, and then use it mid lane. If you can't get it, you use Herald as Drake is about to come up, and you take the Drake. You should stay top, but they should focus on the mid turret. Just general, like, sometimes I just pause and ask for, like, macro decisions. Because that's also... Yeah, you just...
Yeah, I didn't see Ringo. Yeah.
It happens. They should get mid turret. You saw Jax here? You saw Jax on the map here. I don't know But this is where you should ping, like, you should ping
Okay.
here, like Jax is on the way, because they are about to be flanked. And they
So
are
I-
not high.
So
in
I'd
HP.
guess, not really guess. I would say that from what we've done so far is one of the things I'm not doing enough is communicating with my team through the pings.
Yeah. That's definitely
That's a big one,
Because
yeah.
you're dead, you should either look at the shop or look at the minimap, but you should always prioritize the minimap and buy just before you're about to spawn. And yeah, so that's another thing, like how you carry more in high relay is to be able to ping. Like if you see Jax coming here, you know he's about to come here. So you need to be able to say that to your teammates.
Mm.
So Jax is probably here if he didn't go B. Yep. So, but I don't know how much he is gonna do. He's gonna maybe get a kill too. No.
Yeah, in the
That
meantime,
was pretty poor coordination, and you got the kill.
Turret has been destroyed.
Did she just like not look?
pretty much. If you look at the replay, you can see me teleporting just behind her, and she's
Yeah.
not really reacting. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she's
what
looking
the
at
fuck?
mid lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not something that happens very often, so you know.
Well, but yeah, just push. Now you have Tiamat, so it's gonna be smoother. Get the turret. That's good. Now, should you help her or should you try and zone? What do you think?
Well, the idea was that we are going to pull the Drake out of the pit, and if the Rengar tries to come over the left side, then I'll be just stopping him, you know?
Yep, that's very good. With Blanc's, but yeah, you get it. Okay. Again, Macro, what should you do now?
I think I should be going for the top lane, or at least my team should be going for the top lane, tier 1 turret, but, well, maybe pinging my team to go there.
Okay, and what should you do?
Then I should be going bot lane if I've got my ult up. I don't know if I've got my ult up there.
Yeah, you have it. You have
Yeah,
it.
so I should be just going bot lane or mid lane.
Bot or mid? What?
Probably bot lane, I would say.
Yeah, there's nothing that you can get mid unless you wanna try and solo push this turret, which I
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend. So it's better to have, because yeah, Baron is not up soon, but yeah, you should be going bot lane. You should try to communicate your teammate to go top lane. It's a lot of the instinct that they lower you, like, oh, I'm a top lane, and the top lane, oh, the turret is up, so I should go there. But
No, it's usually just like I don't see my team going there, so I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
I'll just go there.
because you just took Drake, so there's like nothing bot lane.
Yep, yep.
And you still want Jin to farm, so.
Shut down.
Okay, so just this little situation that happened. What should did I react well to this, or what I should have been doing?
So, let's take a look at it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot fault you for not like reacting in 2 to 3 seconds. And
Yeah,
like,
I
look
mean-
at this. Is there really any saving here for them?
Yeah, and
No.
after they died, we already see like Rengar and the Jax up there. So we are basically 2 versus 4. So I cannot really do anything anymore.
Yeah, you should just back here. Like,
Yeah.
this is their mistake. There's nothing you could have done, even though every Shen should say, "Oh, I could have done something," but no, you like they did a mistake. You shouldn't be bothered by it.
Okay.
Now the game, I assume, is gonna slow down a bit.
don't really remember.
Hmm.
It was hectic.
So you're going here? Hmm.
Yeah, this one was questionable.
Yeah, because you just got Jax, right? You
Well,
could,
what okay, can I just explain what I thought was going to happen?
Yep.
So if you look at the LeBlanc there, going back at their like behind 4 of them, I was thinking that she's going to jump on the ADC, and I can taunt her, and we can basically burst her really quick, you know,
Okay.
the ADC. But that's not what happened. She just waited, you know, for me to go in, appear,
Okay,
and
so
then.
they are 4 people. You go in there, you kill the AD carry. What happens after that? are
My
2v3.
team was like basically joining
Yeah,
really quick.
yeah,
Right?
they are close. Did LeBlanc have her dash?
I think she had.
Let's go back another one.
I mean, I wasn't sure, but okay, she didn't.
Nah, she okay. So, it's not up yet.
Yeah.
So she couldn't have done it. And still, her
Yeah.
combo didn't do that much. So,
Yeah, so that was my mistake.
Yeah.
I'd say.
and you could have like pushed the top lane turret, and like LeBlanc could have backed. There was like no real pressure there. And now you're going up top lane again. That's completely fine. Now I don't like that they are pushing. I guess they could get the turret, but probably not.
They could help me top lane.
Yeah, I don't think they should have helped you top lane either,
Okay.
because if they
Shut down.
if they go top lane with you, let's say that okay, you just got the turret now. Let's just say you just got the turret now. You're 4 people here. Most of you are pretty low. You are low, Vi is low. You probably want to recall, right? Because you are all top lane, they are probably on their way. So now you want to recall, and they are close to Baron, which means that at least a few of you need to stay behind to make sure that they don't take Baron. You don't even have a ward here, so that's even worse. So I wouldn't say that you should have all gone up and taken the turret. You should have just resetted and get some ward.
Yeah.
That was just a reset. So you have to be able to think like even okay, what happens after you take the turn? Okay. And again, this is
I was
Platinum
thinking-
1, so probably they don't think that far. Your opponents, but that is something that could have been a Baron in like higher elo. Like,
Also, when I said like push top lane with me, I wasn't thinking like after they already had this little scream on the on the mid lane. I was thinking like straight after the enemy started running back. We still had some health up. I don't think Vi was low, so we could have taken top lane then. But if you say it wasn't,
yeah,
just after the situation.
yeah, I don't
If
think
it-
that because they do have
Okay.
because they have a pretty good team at taking Baron.
Okay. So we should have just reset, right?
Yeah, I should have just reset. Because now, like, even now they are running. Still don't like this, but okay. You don't have ult, right? So this is definitely like they are like openly wanting to 4v5 without Shen ult.
And I'm pinging them that there's Jax coming, but it was a bit late ping.
Yeah. Now the fight is over right now, right? So there is no real reason for you to continue to walking here, because mid lane you can get some farm mid lane. So here you see, okay, they are backing. You should immediately first take this ward and then immediately go here. They should just back, but I guess he wants to die. You can't do anything. Yep.
Double kill.
Just stuff that happens. So yeah, if we're gonna, we'll pause again. I like pausing. Who would you say is like ahead right now in the game?
Jax, after he got shutdowns there, if you look at the levels, I would say Rengar is ahead, and probably Xerath is ahead.
If we're limiting to teams, which team is ahead?
Well, it's hard to say because well, I can see the gold, right? The gold is pretty even. We've got Infernal Drake. But at this point in the game, Jax is outscaling me by a lot.
Yeah. So you are currently like slightly losing even though the gold is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking.
But again, the thing, we've got Infernal and we've got Mounting, right?
Yeah. Okay. With the information that we have so far, should we fight this Infernal Drake
As a team?
as a team? Like, should you ping them to go for this, or should you ping them to back?
Well, we have no information on what's going on the Baron. We've seen Rengar near the Drake, so they are not doing Baron at the moment. But if we go for the Drake, they can take Baron. I would say go for the Drake still.
Yeah, that's good assessment. You're also seeing Lux top lane.
Yeah.
Which is like, and you are about to come up, and you both have TP and ult. So, yep. And you go top lane. That's good. Yeah, you probably should have backed there.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since at this point I think I had like 40 magic resist from my itemization, which was a mistake as well. So yeah.
Do you remember like sort of like what was your thought process for staying there? Did you think that you could more?
When I was seeing them taking the turret, right? I thought that if I clear the minions there fast enough, so Jax is tanking a turret, he might get scared and they might just back off for a second.
Oh.
But that didn't happen.
Yeah. It was a gamble.
Yeah, it was. But well, didn't pay off.
Okay, so you got 3 kills. Should you go for Baron right now?
Vi is dead, Rengar is up. I don't know. That's a risky one. If we could zone, well, there's 2 of them, just Caitlyn and Rengar, right? We could do it, but it would need in solo queue. I don't like going for the Baron when their jungler is alive and ours is dead. But is it a mistake? Should we have been going for the Baron?
I would say no. I think it's rather close, but actually I think that you probably should have, because
Vio's coming back up.
You are behind. You need to you need to try and win like more than they do.
Mm-hmm. The thing that is kind of illusionary in this game is that we've got 2 Infernal Drakes, so we are like, why? We're scaling.
And on a Jhin, so.
Yeah.
And again, this is platinum, so whatever happens, happens.
So this would be one situation that is going to happen here. I didn't realize that. Oh no, maybe not this one. This one we might kill him just easily.
Yeah.
But there will be one more.
They are very close to ban. They should just go right now.
Yeah.
But they don't. So you just keep pushing bot lane. That's good. Just go. Are you a bit scared here? You have no vision? No, nothing?
I wouldn't say so, because I was thinking that my team is going to try to take Baron if somebody from their team comes up, and if it's going to be just one of them, I'm going to escape anyway.
Yep.
That was my thinking.
That was good. That's very good thinking. Was item?
Sorry?
Did you get an item?
I think I got something.
Yeah. It's probably okay to go be there. I'm just worried that your team isn't warding Baron.
Yeah, they're not really doing much there. That's my sort of problem there as well.
And yeah,
But that's not.
I guess the opponent team is just trying to. Yeah, they're just trying to ambush. Oh,
Yep.
because Caitlyn just randomly went P. Okay.
And here's a situation where I didn't realize that I could duel Jax easily. I wouldn't expect that to happen, but well, I kind of did so. He made a lot of misplays, that's why.
Yeah. Because it's also like if you duel him and you die, like
Yeah.
you lose the game basically.
Yeah.
That's also, and they don't because they are pushing in your side. Now you see the enemy team, so you should back.
Yeah, my team here didn't either go for the Baron or for the Drake. We just
No,
let
they
them do what
just
they
fight
want.
after the Drake, which is like the worst time.
Yeah, and here I just tried to save them for.
Yeah, just bad engage by the team. I mean, you have a Sarah support, so you know that tells you about his willingness to play support. But you won the fight, surprisingly.
Yeah, but the problem is nothing really came out of it, so you know it's like a pointless fight for us, right?
Yeah.
I would say, and we lost the Drake, so.
And you go bot lane, that's still like good.
So, are you there still? Because it's cutting out.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear the screen though. See the screen.
Yeah, you're lagging a bit.
I'm lagging it. Okay. Let me check if it's an issue of mine. Are you sure it's an issue of mine?
Hello?
Hello.
Cutting off.
Okay.
A little bit. I can hear you like a little, but as soon as you're trying to speak a lot, it's like starting to blur out.
Okay, let's pause here, okay?
Yep.
And maybe disconnect and reconnect. Call me again.
Yeah, we can try that. Hello?
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. So,
Okay.
yep, let's continue. You're pushing, that's good. So they get a kill.
Yeah,
Good.
and
You get the turret and you're backing.
I'm actually trying to join them on Baron because I thought that Jax is not going to be, you know, fast enough there. I think I'm going actually to TP there, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just
Because
wanted to go
because
for
you
it.
know Jax has TP as well, right? And
Yeah, but okay.
yeah. I just because
But if-
your team, the problem with the team that you have is that you have extremely low DPS.
Mhm.
Like even with 2 Infernal and a Mountain, like Jin and LeBlanc are not DPSers at all. Like you are not taking, like you cannot rush Baron with this team composition. So you will always
Yeah,
have
and
you will
that's-
always have to fight.
Okay, so that was my mistake, and I feel like that's an accurate sort of depiction of the situation here because I had in mind like, oh yeah, we're just going to do the Baron, but we weren't really able to do with this comp, right? Anyway, so
Yeah, but I guess you're getting picked, so you should probably get it. Or so yeah, it's again, and here is like a common syndrome that they push too far. Like you should always, like the team should just stay there and let them come to
Yeah.
you. But this happens so often, even in high elos. Like they just, I don't know why they are going here. So
And would you say my positioning there was good or bad? Because I was trying to be on the line, sort of, as a first line between me and my team, so my team can finish the Baron. That was my thinking. But
yeah, like here you should just back.
Okay, so I should go back to
because
doing.
you see, because okay, so this is like you're trying to do actions so that your teammates are doing other actions. Supports really like to do this. Like, if I were a supporter, I would have put a redemption here. So my Jin is like, oh, I want to go back, so they stay here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Vi is also pretty low, so you should just stay
Help
on
finish
Baron.
the Baron.
Because if you
Okay.
back now, I promise you Jin will go back, which he should. So here you probably should, but he's just going forward anyway. Yeah, so this is mainly like Jin's problem. But you can't get Baron, so just reset. You can go take the top farm. That's completely fine. Now you reset, so you should go back bot lane, which I hope you do.
I think
Where are you going?
Well, I was going to stop them from taking Baron, basically, because I had my no TP or no ult, right? So I have to be close to my team. That was my thinking.
Yeah, that's probably fair. But the thing is, if you go bot lane, Jax is probably also gonna have to come, because if they do Baron, your team could like dance while you take the bot inhibitor.
Okay. I'm just not sure if I was able to push fast enough. And their team has loads of damage, right?
Yeah,
That's
also,
like putting a lot of trust into my team that they're going to be able to stop it. That's how I felt. Maybe it's wrong, you know?
Also the reason why I think this is good specifically for this game is that the opponent have had so many options to take Baron, but they have never taken it.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, and you have been bot lane so many times. So the problem is like, why would they go for Baron this time when they didn't before? So if you like follow the play style that they've been playing, they shouldn't probably take Baron if there are 4 people here like forcing them to back.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that in this game, if you take a look, because people are like, they are slaves to their habits, and if their habits is to not take this, they will probably not do it. Like if the same situation comes up.
So my mistake would be like not really thinking like my opponent would think, because
Yeah.
you know, from my perspective, I have no TP, I have no ultimate, so I cannot really help them, right? So I'm not using the advantage of Shen, which would be the ultimate in this case. But if we look at how my opponents who have been playing, I would have probably, you know, I could have used that information that we've seen before, that they are kind of scared to take Baron, right?
Yeah, it's like if you see like a support or something, they're always, if like you're here and you're pushing up, they're always standing here to try and queue. If it's a Morgana, they're always here like a fiddlestick. And if they keep doing that the entire game, like you start to expect it, you know that they are there even though you don't have a ward. And that is the same thing, like just seeing the patterns that the opponents are doing and like capitalizing on that. Now that's it's okay. I think that's a mistake. You have to flash. Yeah, that was really bad because you engage and LeBlanc is like, oh, I need to go help, and she goes into a bad positioning. So that was a very, very like poor engage. Now I guess this is where you lose the game.
Yeah, this is over.
Yeah, so this is really like, might not look like much, but like the engage here is like the defining moment of the game. You could have gone back and you could have just gone back.
Definitely. My team is out of position for that. Yeah.
Yeah, Jin is back. Vi is here. So yeah, and this is like the sad thing is, right, you can play a 30 to 50 minute game and then one mistake like cuts it. That's why you always need to be aware of like the positioning of your teammates, especially late game when people have so much damage. Yeah, and I guess this is like it.
Yep. Pretty much.
Yep. And the bow. So you are not doing a lot of mistakes. And when I look at your op.gg,
Mm-hmm.
we take it up here. Like the top 3 champions, you have over 50% win rate, over 50% win rate, over 50% win rate. It's you are winning a lot more than you are losing, right? So you just need to keep doing what you're doing. If there's one thing that I'm a little bit surprised about, it's just that you have so many champions where you have like 1 or 2 games.
Okay, is it ranked solo, all of them? If they are...
This should be ranked. Oh, is this ranked?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so like usually you only have like a few like champions. If you look at like my Smurf account right now, who is also in Platinum 1, like I have 4 champions played. I've only played 4 champions.
Mm-hmm.
So you should always try to focus on a few champions, and your Shen is very good.
Yeah, to my defense, majority of them are on those 2-3 champions. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand absolutely.
Yeah,
And
so,
I agree with that, because I recommend that to loads of people, like focus on 3 champions, because then you get to learn the mechanics. You don't have to worry about the mechanics, so you can think about other things, right? Also, you have to learn the matchups, especially in top lane.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would just
Mhm.
if I were to give like the biggest tip is to just try to understand like positioning, like because here you underestimated their damage, here you underestimated their ability to kill you. So I think the biggest like fault, if I were to say the biggest fault, is that you have you need to be better at not underestimating your opponents.
Yeah, and it kind of lines up with what I said before, right?
Yeah, that is.
You know, judging how much damage can they put out into, you know, to my champion, or whether I can go for a kill on somebody, right?
Yeah, and this
That's
generally
hard to
comes
solve.
from playing more, which is like a very cliche, but it's also like you should like test your limits more.
Mhm.
Instead of always thinking, okay, what is the best to win? Like, okay, I'm curious, can I fight here? Okay, you do it. Okay, you lose or you don't. Fine, but you need to be able to experiment as well.
Mhm.
So, else I don't see a lot of like faults. You're very good at like your macro game. You have a good sense. You only went like mid lane once, and it was fair. But else, I don't see much issues. You shouldn't have any problems getting to at least Diamond 1 or like low master with the way you're playing in this game. If this is like an average game.
That's actually, like, I would say, yeah, pretty much, or even one of the worst ones, with the big mistakes at the end, right?
Yeah, but these are things like, yeah, just when you get to late game, okay, it's like take a minute, okay. Every time you engage, you're like, okay, is this the best situation? So, yeah, that is my assessment. Do you have any other questions?
No, not really. Thank you very much for doing this. If I had any questions, like maybe because I'm probably going to look at the you know, at the video, if you give me the link later on, so I can, you know, think about it in my own time as well. So if I had any questions, are you okay with me asking them later on?
You can ask. If I answer, we'll see.
Okay.
If I
I mean, I'm not going to try to bother you. Oh, look
No.
at the, you know, minute 20, and no, that's not going to happen. Like maybe one.
we can look at maybe a later time, see if we'll do another one of these sessions if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Thank you. Have a nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for doing that. Thanks a lot for taking your time. You know.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it, and I think I wouldn't be able to see all of those, you know, myself. I could be a little, you know, too easy on myself, and it's nice to hear it from someone else, you know, the critical opinion. Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye.